Oke, selamat sore, selamat datang kembali para pejuang vegan. Dan kali ini saya Vincent, representatif dari Vegan Festival 2020. Kali ini kita telah kedatangan tamu spesial tentu saja. Ya, kita akan coba berbahasa Inggris ya kali ini ya. Oke, once again welcome our vegan friends and welcome to our last presentation. And now we are here with Mr. Lovas as the Secretary General of WVO, and he is also the founder of Fake Voyages, a vegan adventurous tours. You can find them in www.fakevoyages.com, or you can find them in Facebook also with searching Fake Voyages. Okay, so is Mr. Zach here already?
Yes.
Hello,
Hi,
Mr. Zach. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah. We're doing good. So, where are you right now? Because I know you're not Indonesia. You're not in Indonesia right now.
I'm in Texas, in America. Yes.
Texas. Yeah. So, how is there? The condition there, like the pandemic and everything?
Yeah, it's difficult. Still, there's a lot of cases every day across the U.S., Texas as well. Still, so everybody's wearing masks, but most things are open. But it's still a long way to go.
Yeah, for sure. We're hoping all the best for all around the world. Yeah. For this pandemic condition. So once again, welcome, Mr. Zach. And please to introduce yourself, because I've introduced a little bit about you before. So please.
Okay. My name is Zach. I'm from America originally, but I lived in Asia for the last 30 years. I'm a co-founder of Veg Voyages Vegan Adventure Tours and also Veg Voyages Foundation. We do 27 cultural immersion trips a year in Asia. Travelers, vegan travelers from all over the world, in 8 different countries.
Okay, so I see you're coming this late afternoon here in Indonesia, yeah. So is it in the evening right now over there, or in the morning? Yeah.
It is.
It is in the morning.
It's 5 in the morning right now.
Okay, so you get up early. So what are you going to talk after this?
We're going to talk today. We're going to talk about the Vegan Sister City program.
Vegan Sister City program. Okay, so I think that's is it a new program from WVO?
It is. It's a new program that was just initiated actually during the pandemic.
Okay.
And it focuses on bringing together vegans from all different cities around the world and having them collaborate in a friendly cross-cultural manner of making their cities go more vegan friendly.
Okay. Wow. This sounds great. This sounds a very big idea and very optimistic idea. So we are not gonna wait again. So we are pleased to have your time to have the presentation. Yeah, I'm going to be back here in 40 or 45 minutes again.
Okay.
Please, Mr. Zach.
I will try to make sure it's not too long. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So please have your time, Mr. Zach.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to actually put up a presentation. So just give me a second as I do the share screen. And we're going to go through the slides, and then if anyone has any questions at the end, then I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Yeah, exactly. So kita akan mengingatkan untuk peserta yang menonton pada saat ini, nanti kita akan ada sesi tanya jawab di 15 menit terakhir. Jadi silahkan buat yang punya pertanyaan bisa mengisi langsung di komen di bawah ya di YouTube channel kita. So anyone, if you have any question, you can fill in the comment below in YouTube channel of Vegan Festival Indonesia 2020. Okay, so please, Mr. Zach, have your time.
Okay, Vincent, can you see my shared screen okay now?
Sure.
Okay.
It looks great. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So welcome to the World Vegan Organization's Vegan Sister City program. It's a program we're very excited about, and actually something that we did initiate during the COVID pandemic. So we're going to start with the first one. So people ask, what is the program all about? Basically, it brings veganism to the masses by helping restaurants, cafes, and hotels become vegan friendly. It brings vegans together from cities around the world to help promote veganism in a cross-cultural and building of bridges of friendship manner. And it also helps provide more vegan dining options for us vegans, which is always a nice thing. And last but not least, definitely not least, it introduces non-vegans to vegan options and a chance to try vegan options through the vegan menus and dishes offered by these restaurants, cafes, and hotels. A lot of times if non-vegans, non-vegetarians for that matter, are walking around, they're not necessarily, to get them into a vegan restaurant is very difficult. However, obviously they go to their regular haunts, the regular restaurants and dining places. And if they can go in there and the restaurant has a vegan menu, then they're more likely to at least to try a couple dishes. And at the same time, it opens them up to the idea that being vegan is not a foreign concept. And I don't mean foreign like in a country basis, but it's not like associated with, oh, that's just what this small group of people do, or this religion does, or this, or what this kind of political persuasion does or anything. It makes it more mainstream, which is what vegan is. It's actually very mainstream. Okay, so basically what the Vegan Sister City program is, it's about three things: awareness, outreach, and education. Those are the three principles behind the whole campaign. And it's a campaign where we can do awareness, outreach, and education at every meal, on every day, at every restaurant, cafe, or hotel. Obviously, it comes onto the program, and it becomes a chance for us to do vegan outreach through every meal at these restaurants. Essentially, the WVO Vegan Sister City program is an awareness, outreach, and educational campaign that brings veganism directly to the doorsteps, tables, and kitchens of restaurants, cafes, and hotels, encouraging them to be more vegan friendly, at the same time allowing non-vegans a chance to try vegan food, and at the same time, as we noted before, offering more vegan options for those of us that are full-time vegans, as well as other people that are part-time vegans or just want to try it or just have a healthier meal at lunch or dinner. These are some of the photos that you see up here are some of the traditionally very, very non-vegan, non-vegetarian meals that we have veganized. And for everyone that's watching in Indonesia, on the upper left corner photo there, that is actually Batak food, which obviously has a reputation of being hardcore non-veg. And those are all the main Batak dishes, the top three, we'd say, of Batak food that we have veganized. And there's various dishes throughout there as well. It gives us a chance to share veganism. This is so important. It's in a non-confrontational, inclusive manner. It gives us a chance to talk with restaurants, hotels, and cafes, and not be like, oh, we're trying to thrust this kind of thing on them or pass any judgment or anything else. Unfortunately, as vegans, because of some, let's say, individuals or groups or what have you, sometimes we've gotten a bad reputation as being fanatics. We're hardcore. And we're very confrontational, which is obviously anything but what we should be as vegans. So this gives us a chance in a non-confrontational, inclusive manner to talk with restaurants, cafes, and hotels, and to help them create vegan options on their menu, so then they can then pass on that awareness to guests and clients that come in there. At the same time, we're doing it not because we're trying to pass judgment on the non-veg that they're serving at their restaurant or anything. We're just asking them to provide vegan options. And this gives us a chance at the same time while we're doing that to talk about veganism and sharing, and again, non-confrontational, which is key, and non-fanatic manner. And then we also this gives us a chance to share that vegan is not about religion. It's not about a Western concept infringement, because it's not a Western concept, and it does not need to be expensive. That's another thing that unfortunately a lot of people have this reputation that they don't want to go into a vegan restaurant, with exceptions, because hey, they've tried vegan food once with their friends who was a vegan, but at the same time it was very heavy on the wallet. This is anything but true. So we need to get out there and show them, and they can by these mainstream restaurants that people go to. If they can go in there and there's a vegan menu and the prices on that vegan menu are the same as the other prices on the menu, or a little less, hopefully, which we try to encourage, then they realize, okay, it's not expensive. It is mainstream food. It's something I can afford. It's not going to be heavier on my wallet than anything else. At the same time, for the restaurants, they also realize that, hey, they would be like, yeah, we'd like to do vegan food, but that stuff is so expensive, so we can't afford it. Well, they actually, with the ingredients that they have in their restaurants, they can actually make a very, very beautiful vegan menu. So at no additional expenses. So it's good for the restaurant, it's good for the guests, and it's good for us. They also, and then what we also offer them is, hey, by offering this, they are also offering, how would you say, they're also opening up themselves to a whole other group of people, as well as a market, and to attract more customers. And it's not just vegans that would walk in, but let's say there's a family of 4 or 5 or friends going out and one of them is a vegan. They'll be like, oh, well, we can go to this restaurant because, our friend can have options here. So it's also then opening themselves up to a whole other client base. And in addition to a client base, it also helps opens them up to an additional marketing base. And what I see by that is there's obviously, as we know, like Happy Cow and some others, there's restaurants and everything that there is marketing areas specifically for us vegans and vegetarians. And all of a sudden they can advertise there in a legitimate fashion. I say legitimate, I'll get to that later, and be able to offer people new dishes and what have you, and then again attract more customers in a very focused manner. Because as we know, or as you all know, as vegans, when we go to a town or city, we're like, okay, let's check on Happy Cow, or let's check on whatever the other site is, or within our social media communities, and say, where can we eat? Where can we get some food? We don't want to just go out and have French fries or tempeh goreng or a salad, which often even those two things can actually be non-veg because they're cooked in the same oil that they've used to cook meat. So we go on and we scour online and we find it. And we're like, okay, we're going to go, even if it's on the opposite side of town, we'll go there to try to find so we can have a full meal. So this would actually then the restaurants, we let them know that then people would see this and they'll be like, oh, wait, we can just go right around the corner and go eat at this place. So it also opens up a whole other marketing potential for them and a whole client base. So how does the WVO Vegan Sister City program accomplish this? That is the question. And basically, it's actually quite easy, and it's quite simple, and it's quite friendly. It gives what we do is working with local vegans that are either with the WVO or with grassroots activists, vegan activists that the WVO supports or lends assistance to, and helping them go out there and make their city more vegan friendly. We give them the plan, we give them the designs and the guidance support to help them make restaurants and cafes in their city become more vegan friendly. And we do this by basically helping the restaurant, hotel, or cafe create separate vegan menus for their guests. Now, separate vegan menus doesn't mean we go in there and say, okay, well, this is what vegans eat and this is what you need to put on there. No, what it takes is just, and we explain this all in our guide, our vegan WVO Vegan Sister City program guide. We actually explain to them that, okay, let's look over your menu. You know how easy that this dish or this dish or this dish could be made vegan? And we show them how to do that. And you'll be surprised, because I do this with our company, Veg Voyages, is a lot of dishes are maybe 2 to 3 ingredients, simple ingredients, not having to go out and get any complex ingredients, but stuff that is found in many kitchens away from actually being vegan. And that's 2 or 3 ingredients that are either taken out and substituted, or just taken out straight away, and you don't really need to substitute it. So it's really easy. So then we create a vegan menu using what their specialty is. If it's an Italian restaurant, their specialty. If it's a Padang cuisine, what their specialties are, and then substituting out the non-veg stuff for veg to make that, and then having them create a separate vegan menu. In addition, we create vegan-friendly kitchens through actually providing service staff training and awareness on how to serve and properly prepare vegan food directly at the restaurant, the hotel, or cafe. This includes, which you'll see on the photos on the left side, providing vegan-friendly education do's and don'ts lists to be posted in the kitchens, and also then reviewing those in general and raising vegan awareness directly out the restaurants. They don't have to go into special class. They don't have to go somewhere else, because obviously, as we know, people are busy. We come there and we explain it. And actually, it's not that difficult to explain. It's very quick and it's very easy to be able to help people become aware of how to make vegan food properly. The question, and you'll see the list there, we'll get more into details And that can be a simple roadside cafe as you have, or a homestay in a village as you have on the lower photo of the left, or a more fancy 5-star hotel. We've actually veganized their menus in all those places. An important side note, there's vegan friendly and then there's genuine vegan friendly. For all of us vegans out there, we realize this. You know, many restaurants on TripAdvisor or Yelp or in the Lonely Planet, as well as some, unfortunately, that I've listed on Happy Cow, indicate that they are vegetarian or vegan friendly, knowing that there's more vegetarians and vegans out there, when they may or may not have more than a couple items that are vegetarian or vegan friendly. In addition, many of these restaurants, cafes, and hotels also may not actually know what vegan is or what their definition of vegan is. So they think they know, but they don't really know. So when they're going and they're filling out their listing, whether it's on TripAdvisor or Yelp, and they just sit there and they click, oh, okay, what is it? Do you have gluten-free options? Do you have vegan options? Do you have vegetarian options? Do you have, you know, they just click it without really realizing, say, oh, I think, yeah, we could do that. And then often, as we know, you go to a restaurant and it says it's vegan friendly, and the only option that they have is a salad or French fries. And again, even on the French fries, as we know, or tempeh goreng, or gado gado. And we know that even on any of those, they could have been fried in the same oil that was used to do meat. So that's not vegan friendly, obviously. Or they could be using some flavoring, which, you know, one of the broths or the seasoning, like masako, and they're using that to flavor it up, and then it's not vegan friendly. So we actually will then raise awareness. Local vegan activists, we show them how very easily to do, so then people are aware of it. And then in these do's and don'ts lists, which we'll get into a little bit later, we put those up in the kitchens. So the WVO Vegan Sister City program is a means of bringing that awareness, outreach, and education directly to restaurants, cafes, and hotels, not passing judgment, but actually giving them an opportunity to be able to open up their business and make it not just vegan friendly, but genuine vegan friendly. And that is so important. Now, how to be part of the WVO Vegan Sister City program? It's, first of all, it's free. You don't have to sign up for anything as far as cost-wise or anything like that. It's free and it's simple. So we're just going to review over a few of the steps right here. The first step one is review the easy to use and follow 11-page WVO Vegan Sister City program guide. This is available on the World Vegan Organization website, and you can download it there. It's 11 pages. It's not heavy text. It's all very user-friendly, and it's a step-by-step, describes step-by-step the process on how to create and become part of the Vegan Sister City program. So review the guide, which is downloadable as a PDF file, then talk with your vegan friends and fellow activists to see if you want to, and if they're interested to create a WVO Vegan Sister City. That's step one. Step two is find your WVO Vegan Sister City. Now, you may have vegan friends or friends in a different city, and you say, hey, that would be a great city to make our city vegan friendly with. And then you can invite them to do that and to join in, send them the guide and see if they're interested. If they're not, if you don't know somebody in a different city, just let us know, let the World Vegan Organization know, and we will line you up with another city that is interested in being part of the Vegan Sister City program. You'll see on the photo here, our first two Vegan Sister Cities are Udaipur, India, and Kathmandu, Nepal. And that's why in the graphic there, you see some images from both of those. Both those towns and cities. I say cities. I remember Udaipur when it was classified as a town when I used to go there 30 years ago. So you'll see that the cities. So Udaipur, India, and Kathmandu, Nepal are vegan sister cities, and this came about because of the WVO chair in Nepal and also in India, who's from Udaipur, Mr. R.K. Singhji, and Mr. Suresh Sharmaji from Kathmandu, Nepal. They were friends. They said, hey, let's start the Vegan Sister City program, the first two in our city. So they did. And again, if you'd like us to pair you up with another Vegan Sister City or people that are vegan activists that are interested in creating a Vegan Sister City, we're more than happy to do that. Then just for reference, the other Vegan Sister Cities that are on their way right now that are teaming up is going to be Mumbai and Jakarta. And then another one is Singapore and Penang, and more are coming. We have also Pokhara in Nepal is looking for a vegan sister city, as is Lumbini in Nepal, and we have several other cities in India that are interested, and some and Bangkok, actually some vegan activists there are interested in joining as well. So there's many cities, many activists around the world who want to find a vegan sister city. So maybe your city will be that city. Once you decide who your sister city is, then we'll do up the graphic like this, like you see similar to the one here. And then we'll list that on our WVO, World Vegan Organization website, and also on social media, and share your city's progress. And we put you in contact with the activists, and you all encourage each other and go in the step-by-step process of making your cities more vegan friendly. Step 3. Localized WVO Vegan Sister City Program files. Now, we already have these files ready. They're downloadable from the WVO website. And these are basically files that you would print out and bring down to the restaurant that you're approaching and show them how you can help them become vegan friendly. And a couple of them are actually stuff that you will post up in their kitchens. Now, what we like to do is on the ones that go up in the kitchens is localize them. Now, what do we mean by localizing? Couple things. One is actually by the script or the writing or the language. And as you see on the one that we have here, the script there is in Nepali. And so there is the English and then the Nepali. So when these are in the kitchen, then everybody can read them user-friendly in the kitchen. They can all read them and make sure that things are properly vegan. So we have on one side the what do vegans eat, and on the other not eat. And again, this can slightly be localized as well, because if you go down to the right-hand side, animal-based ingredients, they don't have like terasi, shrimp paste, or they don't have sauce ikan, fish sauce. So we didn't put those on this list, but obviously in Indonesia, you want to put that on there too, so people know that those aren't things that vegans obviously eat. But they do put, as you see on the lower one there, we do put the sauce tiram, because oyster sauce is used in the Chinese or the restaurants which are very popular in Kathmandu that offer Chinese food. And then we want to make sure that obviously they don't use oyster sauce. Because sometimes, I won't even just say sometimes, a lot of restaurants that say they're vegetarian friendly as far as clicked on TripAdvisor or vegan friendly, and you go down there and then they say, oh yeah, well, we have Buddha's Feast, or we have this, or we have that, these Chinese dishes or fried mixed vegetables, and even those, they're using oyster sauce in. But they think just because it doesn't have meat that it's actually vegetarian or vegan friendly, which we all know is not. Okay, so then we just ask that you localize that. Now they're easy to localize. We present them. We have them in PDF as well as the original Adobe graphic format. So you just go in and you just make the changes there to the language. Okay, and also put in your contact details. That's key. So if somebody in the kitchen, they're doing stuff up and they have any question, hey, is this vegan? Then they can get right on the phone and they can call you and check to see. Okay, after you have localized the files, you want to print them and you're ready to begin. So we have our the first 2 teams that have become vegan sister cities. Mr. R.K. Singhji is up there in Udaipur, India with Yash, and they have just printed out their stickers and stuff to bring down to the restaurants. And then you see Krishna Gurung ji and Suresh Sharma ji, and they are there and about to print out their information to bring down to one of the restaurants in Kathmandu, Nepal. So the instruction, and on the PDFs, you'll see there in our guide, it shows you exactly how you need to print them. So what you tell the printer, what stock they should be on, and of course the ones that go up in the kitchen should be laminated. So because the wear and tear, the frying or the water, the dampness in the kitchen, it still all stays intact. And then those information that you see right below Sureshji and Krishna Gurungji, right below there, that's the stuff that was printed out. And actually the first restaurants that Sureshji veganized, or made vegan friendly, I should say, in Kathmandu were actually traditionally, they're a chain of, they actually have 5 different restaurants at hotels in Kathmandu, and they're non-vegetarian, and now they got a full vegan menu, and their kitchens have been raised awareness and are aware of how to make vegan food, make it properly, have a separate vegan menu. I was lucky enough to be in Kathmandu at the time and went over for the tasting session, and the food was fantastic. Then the next step now after you've printed out your information and everything, you're ready to meet with restaurants, cafes, and hotels and start making them vegan friendly. And so that's what you see Sureshji doing there, and RK Singhji in the lower photo there. The awareness class. So, okay, you got all your materials, you've read over the guide, you've got all your materials, you've localized and put some local language in there, also added some of the non-veg ingredients that may be used in your country to the don'ts list, and now you're ready to go and meet with the owner, manager, and F&B staff and have a WVO awareness class about veganism and benefits of being vegan friendly. Now, this is not a complicated class because, again, to make things vegan, as we know, as longtime vegans as we know, it's very easy, actually. When people say it's difficult, and it's not difficult at all. So this class basically is sitting down with the restaurant, cafe, or hotel management and their key F&B staff. So it's the F&B manager if they have one. If it's a smaller restaurant and they don't have an F&B manager, then it's a chef. And then if there's a sous chef or an assistant chef or anybody else actually that the owner or the manager wants to bring in and just to raise awareness. What we also like to do is also then after meeting with the key staff, also meet with the servers, the waiters and waitresses, and then we can go over with them. So then when people are ordering, they're aware also about what being vegan is. So you meet with them, and basically what you do is you go over the information that you printed, because everything that they need to know to make their kitchens and make their restaurant vegan is right there. It's all in the material, all in the printed material. So it's a step-by-step guide. We don't need to make it confusing. Let's not make it confusing. Let's make it simple. If we make it simple, then it's more approachable. It's not this, again, this very complex idea or concept. Okay, so then we go over all the material. That's step one, the awareness class. And the two key things of the awareness class is the do's and don'ts kitchen signs. This is what do vegans eat or not eat, and also the vegan kitchen rules. So as you see on the left side is what vegans eat or not eat. Again, this is made specifically for Nepal and India. The one, this actually one is specifically for Nepal. That's why the script is in Nepali. You will have different, you need to slightly make variations on that for your own country, depending on what the other non-veg ingredients that they may commonly use in the kitchen, but these are ones that are commonly used in the kitchen in Nepal. And as well as the veg ingredients, there are stuff that you can actually get in Nepal. So that's one. So as you'll see down on the left, you have the fruits and vegetables, plant-based milks, which are easy substitutes and very readily available. And they're not only just very readily available, but a lot of these actually you can make now. Like actually Sureshji makes his own soy milk, and he's actually been teaching some homeless shelters that provide food on how to make their own soy milk. So they don't have to go out to the market and buy it. They can make it very cheaply. Soy is available there. So if you need any videos on how to make those, we do have videos on how to make your own soy milk, how to make your own vegan curd, which is a recipe that was provided by us by Kuntalji, who is a vegan, as we all know, has climbed Everest twice as a vegan. And he has an excellent curd recipe. Very simple, but very tasty. So we do have videos on that to share with you if you like. So they don't have to just go out and do it and buy store-bought ones. So both for soy milk as well as for curd, which yogurt for reference, or anything else like that. And then you have their don't list on the other side. Now the vegan kitchen rules, these are things that are quite important. We kind of put some just general things in there, but general things are important because keeping kitchen clean and tidy also prevent cross pollution of stuff. And then you'll go down and you can see, like number 6, use separate chopping board, knives, etc. for vegan food. We don't want them just to be chopping up a steak and then all of a sudden then putting down some tofu or tempeh and then chopping it on the same thing, obviously. So just some quick tips, which that we help them with. And then when we come back as a follow-up, we see that they got these new items. Nothing, again, that is expensive. The same way, use separate, clean, and fresh. Number 13, use separate, clean, and fresh oil. To be used for cooking vegan food only. The next one, number 14, use separate cooking pots and utensils for vegan food. Again, nothing that's really expensive, and once they get it in there, they can use it all the time, and quite simple. And just having a small set of it is great. They don't need to get anything big, and if they get so much of a demand that they need to get more, well, that's a good sign. So these will be the do's and don'ts kitchen signs that go up prominently We put them in A3 size, and so they're very prominent and laminate in the kitchens, so everybody can see. Next, local bases you can introduce them to if needed. Now, a lot of people make their own, don't use pre-made bases, so we can actually give them recipes on how to make local bases. However, if the restaurants do use the pre-made bases like oyster sauce or broth seasoning or fish sauce or curry paste, we can actually, in the places where these are used, you can actually find these. All these bases are available. Now, a lot of times they're available at big markets. But if they're not available at a big market, if you go to a vegetarian restaurant, or if there's not a vegetarian market there, a lot of times they will have this, the ingredients there. One of the most common ones actually as a substitute, which is now available in most places, especially in the big cities, is a vegetarian oyster sauce, which is mushroom based. There's also instead of like chicken broth, or beef broth, which is used, getting vegetarian broth seasoning, the cubes or the powder or anything is very easily available if they didn't want to make it from scratch. Is very easily available now. Even a lot of the big companies make those. Light soy sauce is a perfect substitute for fish sauce. And so or just even using soy sauce in general, if they don't have specifically light soy sauce, it also will work. But again, that is just a standard ingredient in many kitchens, and they can just substitute the fish sauce out for that. Another one is veg curry paste. Now this is important. We have recipes on how to make red curry, let's say in Thai food, red curry or green curry, the paste vegan. But if somebody doesn't want to make it from scratch and then put it in the freezer and then take it out like that, there is a lot of those curry paste now available, both at a market and I say to go to a market, but again, you can get a lot of this stuff now online and delivered straight to your door. But you can get those curry pastes as well. I bring this up key because most curry pastes in Thailand are non-veg. So even if you go to a menu, there's many Thai restaurants, unfortunately, in the U.S. as well as in other places, or in Thailand actually, where they say, okay, we can make any of this vegetarian by just not having meat and substituting it out for tofu. That's not true. The curry pastes that are pre-made usually have shrimp paste in them, so that's just plain not true. So we could show them on how to make the curries, but some curry paste, or especially some curries, when they make, are actually, they can make straight vegan right off if it's not using a paste, if it's using a powder or something. But even then, it has to be checked. But anyhow, we can give them either recipes, or also you can just source those things all locally. And last but not least, soy or other plant-based milks. This is really important because people say, oh, well, what are you going to use for milk? Well, there's so many plant-based milks now available. And again, if they're too expensive at your market, it's really easy to make soy milk. And again, we can help you with that. But it's a lot of places you can get soy milk at almost the same price as you can get regular milk. Okay, the next one is create separate vegan menu. This is pretty much the backbone of the WVO Sister City program. We don't want a restaurant just to have one or two vegan options, or one or two vegan options with a couple different changes. Sometimes you go into a place, oh yeah, we have something vegan. You can get the chicken salad minus the chicken, minus the dressing, minus the cheese, and minus the crumbled egg on the top. That's not necessarily vegan friendly. A chicken salad is not a vegan friendly dish, even if you minus all those ingredients. What we want the restaurant to have is actually a separate vegan menu. Now that could be something that's just on one piece of paper. It could be, and that's laminated, and they have like 4 or 5 of them they make, very cheap to do. And at the same time, or they can actually include it as a page in their menu. But when they have the vegan menu, if they need to get more of them because there's so much demand, that's a great thing. They just need to put, like when they go to a table, when they give out 5 menus down to the table, they just need to put 1 vegan menu down there. So they know the people that are sitting down know they have vegan options available. Now we can actually, what we do is we would sit down, local activists would sit down and say, okay, well, let's go over these dishes. Okay, well, you can make this vegan. Let's make that, like what they say, that chicken salad, make it vegan. And this is how you can go about making it vegan, but don't list it as a chicken salad. You put it on the separate vegan menu and you list it as whatever the name of the salad is going to be. And then you start putting together that. And usually from a lot of the, as we were mentioning, a lot of the dishes that the restaurant actually has, they're only about 2 or 3 simple changes or ingredients away from making that dish vegan. And so before you know it, they have 10, 15, 20 items that all of a sudden they got a great vegan menu. And if they don't have that many, let's say they don't have that many dishes that actually can be made vegan, then we can actually give them ideas on what they can make and help provide them recipes on that. But we have not found an instance to have to do that. Actually, it's based on the dishes that they have. One of the one place that Sureshji has, the one I was mentioning where they have 5 different restaurants that they own. They started using and using jackfruit, the young jackfruit, as a mock meat substitute, which, as we know, in other places it works great. And they also started using. They actually made their own mock meat from wheat flour, and it tastes really good. They just the cook actually just started sampling with it and did it really good. So they made great substitutes for their at one of the restaurants, which is an Italian restaurant. Their Italian substitutes really nice. Now, on all the vegan menus, the separate vegan menus, what we do request, as you'll see on the chart there, is that vegan definition should be on the top of the menu, right below where it clearly says vegan menu. This helps the restaurant. We're saying, okay, we're not trying to push veganism. What we're trying to do is let people be aware of when they're ordering from this menu, what's this mean actually. So there's no surprises. They don't order something off this menu and say, hey, where's the steak? Or where's something like that. That's how we approach it with them. But at the same time, what we're doing actually is raising awareness to people what being vegan is. So it's not a foreign word. It's not something that you have to be a member of a cult or a certain religion to do. No, it's not at all. It's very healthy eating. And we clearly state it right at the top what it is. And as you see here, we'd like to review that layout with them. And so the restaurant creates that type of menu. And then at the same time, we will, how would you say, we will help them create it. So it's not this challenging task. And once they do it, they're like, wow, that was easy. Why didn't I do this a long time ago? Step 3, tasting, testing, and photos. One of my favorite parts of the WVO Vegan Sister City process. What we do encourage is the chefs to try these vegan dishes so they're confident that they taste well. And there's some variations when you're making a vegan dish, as we all know, about kind of the level of this or the level of that you do when it's just when it's vegetables and tofu and what have you. So we do suggest, and what it also gives them to make the items first on their vegan menu, to taste them, test them, and you can volunteer that you'll come over there and help them taste it to see the accuracy on it, how good it tastes. And then at the same time, it gives them a great chance to actually photograph their food. And we recommend that they photograph their vegan dishes. So then when they go to happycow.net or they go to any of the social medias, they don't just say we're vegan friendly, but they actually show photos of it. Because how many of us vegans, again, hear, oh, vegan friendly, and you get down there and there's French fries, which are most likely not vegan friendly, and a salad with all the ingredients and dressing minus from it. They show the photographs on happycow.net. They show the photographs on their socials. They show and all of a sudden, vegans will be like, okay, look, that is a vegan dish. So we can come down there and we eat that. We're confident that they are providing this. So we actually recommend from a marketing point of view that they actually test the dishes, photograph them while they're taste testing them. And then they can use those photos for the menu if they wanted. If they didn't want to use it for the menus, for their social media and what have you. And also when they do their listing on Happy Cow. Then we also recommend that they also take a photo of their completed menu and also post it there. Again, so, vegans, us, we don't have to think, oh, we're going to get down there again and there's just French fries and a salad with everything removed from it. That we can go down there and know, like, wow, they actually have a vegan menu. So not only do they have a good selection for us vegans, but they also know what vegan is. So we're not going to have to get down there and say minus this, minus that, and then they still serve it with something that is non-vegan. So these are a bunch of dishes at restaurants that we have veganized, both in India, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. Okay, the review and signed commitment letter. Sri Lanka is the dishes at the bottom there. You'll see, and the photos just for reference on step 3. Really tasty, including sambal. Sambal they have there as well, but sambal also in Sri Lanka a lot of times is non-vegetarian, non-vegan, the same way it is in Indonesia. Okay, vegan-friendly process and restaurants. This is the step 4. Okay, so what we've done is we've reviewed everything with them. We've helped them create a vegan menu. We've done the taste testing. They've done the photographs. They're ready to go. So the next thing they need to do is review and sign the commitment letter. So we have a vegan sister city commitment letter, which you see there. And then we have schedule A, B, and C, which is attached to it. And that basically, with the restaurant manager and F&B key team members all there, they're the F&B manager or the restaurant manager or the restaurant owner, they sign it. Basically, every page they'll sign, there's a signing area on every page, that they're committed to following these standards and that they understand these standards. So when you're having them sign this, you review over step by step and ask if there's any questions, which is why, in addition to the restaurant manager or the owner, I also like to have the chef there and then go over that with them. Okay. Then the next thing is step 5 is issued a vegan-friendly certificate. And this is the WVO vegan-friendly certificate and stickers to the restaurant, and then help them fix those stickers up on the window and door. Why they want to do that is because foot traffic. You have people walking down outside. How many of us as vegans have been walking down and all of a sudden we see a sign that says, we have vegan food or vegan menu. And we're like, oh yeah, I'm coming back to try that. So because we don't get that a lot. So we highly encourage them to put these stickers on their windows. And that will help them bring in people that otherwise would not give their restaurant the time of day, because they're, as vegans, we're going around, we're looking for some vegan food, some good vegan food to have. And then you want to take a photo issuing the certificate to the restaurant, and then us at the World Vegan Organization, we will put that up on our website as well as over social medias, and we'll help to give them some advertising and marketing as well, because we want to let restaurants know, we want to let people know that restaurants have become vegan friendly. So these are the vegan-friendly certificates. As you see there, the above-named company has successfully and officially completed all the requirements of the vegan-friendly certification process and hereby agrees to follow and maintain the standards and guidelines established and set by the World Vegan Organization. So the vegan-friendly certificate. This is the certificate the restaurants receive and indicates that they have completed the whole awareness program and have learned to make vegan food correctly and following the rules of the WVO Vegan Sister City Program commitment letter and schedules A, B, and C, which we just went over. And then that will go up on their restaurant. They can put that behind the cash register or anywhere they want on there to show when vegans come in, oh my gosh, I can order confidently. Then these are the stickers, and these are the stickers they'll put on the window. They're basically almost A3 size, so they're very prominent. Why are they prominent? Because when you're walking by and you know, obviously there's so much things to take in. We want to let them know that they want to make it easy for vegans to see that they're vegan friendly. Because as you know, as vegans, when we see the word vegan, we're like, oh, at a restaurant, yes, you know, we finally can eat something there, a large variety at that restaurant without having to worry or without having to go over the order, or even if they're going to make it cooperatively, we don't have to have them while we're saying, don't have this, don't have this, don't have this, don't have this, and the chicken salad, looking at us with such judgment. So if it's vegan friendly, we know we can go in there, there's a vegan menu, we can sit down, we can relax, we can enjoy like everybody else and have vegan dishes. So these stickers, we'd actually encourage you to, after they've received the certificate, to help them put right on the windows and doors, just like we have at these places here. So it fits prominently there. And then when you're walking by. Now, step 6 is assist with the marketing ideas. We want the restaurant to be successful, obviously. Any restaurant, and I'm sorry, I misspelled marketing, and any of the restaurants there that agree to be vegan friendly, we want them to do successful. We want them to be like, wow, okay, there are people that want vegan options out there. We want to help them be successful in this decision they've made to make their restaurant vegan friendly. This helps veganism to go mainstream and shows that veganism, again, is not a passing trend or some foreign concept or something that only people in a cult do. But it's actually, it's something that's mainstream. So let's help them get that word out there. So the final step is assisting the restaurant, cafe, or hotel in their listings. Again, you ask many restaurants, you say, you know about Happy Cow? They have no idea. By the way, in the lower photo there, the gentleman in the middle is Ken from Happy Cow. He is one of the best marketing minds I know, and he is fantastic at marketing veganism. And happycow.net is one place that when somebody's vegan friendly, their restaurant should go up there. Obviously, because I know I'm speaking to the choir here, but how many of us as vegans always refer to happycow.net? So on happycow.net, also on any local websites, social medias, even like the Vegan Society of Indonesia on there to be listed, anything like that, to just help them get that word out to the vegans that, hey, look, you've always known us as, not being a place you can eat at, and now you can eat here. So so let's review again. The WVO, World Vegan Organization, Vegan Sister City programs brings veganism to the masses by helping restaurants, cafes, and hotels become vegan friendly. It brings vegans together, the local activists that go out and meet at the restaurants and call each other and WhatsApp and text and everything to encourage each other in different cities from around the world and offer support to help promote veganism in a cross-cultural and building bridges of friendship manner. It also helps to provide more vegan dining options. And as importantly, it introduces non-vegans to vegan options and a chance to try through their vegan menus and dishes offered by these restaurants, cafes, and hotels. Again, many non-vegans or vegetarians, as we know, would not necessarily go out of their way at all to try something that's vegan. As a matter of fact, if that's the dish at the buffet and it says vegan, a lot of people totally even avoid it. So this way, when they're at the restaurant and they see this, and there's more of a chance that they're actually going to try it. When they try it, they realize, hey, this actually tastes good. And then they have the benefits of it. So very important. Okay. And also on that, one of the things which we put in the guide is we make sure to let the restaurant know when they're making the vegan menu that the items on that vegan menu should not be more expensive than the items that they have on the rest of the menu. That is very important because we need to get over the unfortunate grave misunderstanding that, oh, I'd love to be vegan, but it's too expensive, which we know is not true. So thank you very much for your time. The concept of supporting local vegan cooperation and bringing people together from different countries and beliefs to mutually promote compassion and kindness in a restaurant and hotel kitchens is what the WVO Sister City program is all about. Terima kasih banyak.
Okay. Yes.
I'm sorry if I went
Thank
too
you,
long.
Mr. Zach.
I'm sorry, I probably went too long.
No, it's just right on time.
Okay.
So I'm going to have 5 minutes to read some conclusion in bahasa, if I may.
Okay.
Ya, oke. Jadi itu tadi penjabaran yang telah kita dengarkan dari Mr. Zack tentang program terbaru dari WVO, yaitu Vegan Sister Cities. Nah, program ini bertujuan untuk memperbanyak restoran atau kafe dan juga hotel untuk menjadi vegan friendly, di mana menggarap market baru untuk mereka juga, dan juga di satu sisi juga menyediakan pilihan lebih kepada kita semua yang vegan. Dan langsung memberi kesempatan kepada non-veganers untuk mencoba makanan-makanan vegan yang ada tentunya. Dan program ini dicanangkan oleh WVO berupa program secara gratis. Nah, jadi tidak ada biaya untuk restoran-restoran atau kafe ataupun hotel yang join untuk program ini. Nah, adapun step-stepnya jika bagi kamu-kamu yang mau berpartisipasi, silahkan bisa bentuknya di kota-kotanya masing-masing, atau mungkin dicek terlebih dahulu di kota Anda tinggal, apakah sudah ada organisasi WVO yang menjalankan program Vegan Sister City ini. Nah, untuk itu ada beberapa step yang dijalankan sangat mudah. Yang pertama yaitu kita bisa mendownload file dari guide di website WVO ya. Is it downloaded in WVO website, Zach? The guide of Vegan Sister City?
Yes, Pak Karim, it was going to put it up. I'm not sure if it's up yet, but it will be up very shortly, so they can download it directly from there in a PDF format and then review it over. It's an 11-page easy read. That's 11 page with the cover page and table of contents, so only about 9 pages. Okay.
Yeah, we just need to follow the file ya, the program guide, okay? So, dan lalu kedua, kita bisa mencari teman atau kenalan-kenalan yang mungkin juga vegan, untuk mengajak mereka bersama-sama membuat Vegan Sister City program ini bersama-sama. Dan juga ketiga, kita sesuaikan, setelah mendownload filenya, kita bisa menyesuaikan file dari program guide-nya menjadi contohnya bahasa lokal yang lebih mudah dimengerti, atau kita rubah nama kotanya, dan juga kita bisa mengubah contact person yang ada di dalam. Dan lalu yang keempat, kita bisa silahkan kita print program guide itu, dan kita bisa printnya contohnya agak besar ya, misalnya di A4 ataupun A3 juga bisa. Lalu setelah di print, kita ready untuk siap untuk bertemu restorannya. Nah, ketika sudah bertemu dengan pihak dari restoran, ada beberapa sosialisasi dan juga perkenalan yang harus kita lakukan. Yang pertama, ketika kita sudah bertemu, kita sosialisasi terlebih dahulu, kita memberikan instruksi yang ada di dalam WVO program files guide-nya untuk vegan sister company tersebut. Ya, di situ ada do or don'ts-nya, ada apa yang boleh, apa yang tidak boleh diadakan di kitchen mereka, di dapur mereka, atau di masakan mereka. Semuanya tertera ada di situ. Dan juga kedua, kita bisa membantu mereka untuk menciptakan menu yang khusus vegan. Nah, ini yang menarik ya. Jadi kita bisa memanfaatkan misal menu yang mereka sudah ada atau makanan yang sudah ada di-convert menjadi vegan, gimana caranya, atau malah mungkin mendevelop menu yang baru atau menciptakan yang baru. Oke? Nah, ketiga, untuk test food juga ya, siapa tahu kita kedapatan waktu untuk test food gratis ya di restoran-restoran yang kita dekati, dan juga take picture-nya, take fotonya. Keempat, kita bisa membantu mereview, dan juga setelah mereview, setelah semuanya settled, menu-menu sudah ada, dan mereka setelah mengerti apa yang kita sampaikan di program file tersebut, maka kita bisa meminta tanda tangan mereka untuk surat komitmen dari Vegan City Sister program ini. Nah, dan kelima, setelah itu kita sudah bisa merilis atau mengeluarkan sertifikat vegan friendly, ya. Kita bisa mengambil foto dengan background sertifikatnya, atau akan ada nanti stiker yang akan dirilis oleh WVO. Jadi dengan gampangnya para pengunjung atau tamu yang lewat bisa mengetahui, oh oke, restoran atau cafe ini atau hotel ini sudah menerapkan Vegan Sister City Program misalnya. Oke, nah silakan take foto, lalu kita bisa memberikannya ke WVO. WVO akan mempostnya di website mereka. Oke, nah lalu yang terakhir yang tidak lupa kita lakukan adalah harus membantu mereka untuk meng-create atau menciptakan ide-ide marketing untuk mensosialisasikan Vegan Sister City program tersebut yang telah mereka terapkan. Jadi contohnya apa? Contohnya mendaftarkan di website seperti happycow.net, ataupun ada local vegan guide yang lain di sosial media dan lain-lain, sangat banyak sekali ya. Kadang kita harus juga mengetahui orang-orang lokal kita mendapatkan informasi tentang restoran vegan itu dari mana. Oke, nah jadi silakan kalaupun ada yang ingin bertanya, silakan bisa mengisi juga di bawah kolom komen di YouTube channel kita. Dan Zach, I come back to you.
Okay.
Here we have one question from our audience. Is WVO Vegan Sister City program being held in Indonesia right now? If yes, which city has been holding it?
As of about 2 weeks ago, officially it's starting in Jakarta. So, and between the two cities, Jakarta's sister city is Mumbai, India. Mumbai, the city formerly known as Bombay. Yeah.
Yes, I heard.
So it's just
before
beginning.
that you I heard before you mentioned about Mumbai, Jakarta, Singapore, and Penang has started it. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so if there's any friends from other cities, like such as I know, Medan, Surabaya, Makassar, we have a lot of vegan friends over there. If you guys want to join to have this vegan city sister city program, you can contact WVO in Jakarta. Is it?
Correct. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
And then they can either, if they know another city that they want to team up with, they know vegan friends there, that's fine. Or we can actually pair them up again, because we were starting to get more vegan activists that like, hey, we want to be a sister city with another city. And as much as possible, we do try to make it between different cities, between different countries, because of the bridging of the cultural gaps, bringing vegans together from all around the world. So if there's a city they know, but if not, no worries. They just have to let us know, and then we will find them a good vegan sister city.
Okay, so we have 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes left, Zach. So actually, I have some few questions that I've prepared for you. The first, who are you suggesting to do this task, to approach local restaurants? Is it just anyone that voluntarily or member of such as vegan organizations, such as IVS or WVO branches, or anyone?
Anyone that is an enthusiastic and passionate vegan. So
Okay, but I
that
think of
yes.
course we will need some coordination with WVO members also, yeah.
Exactly. So what they would do is they would contact the WVO, and then if they're interested in making their city vegan that way, then we'll basically give them the guidance, give them the support, and we would do coordination with them to make it happen. But as the more passionate vegans we can get it as part of helping make their cities vegan friendly, we're very happy about.
Ya, so in bahasa, I will tell them
So,
that.
okay.
Jadi silahkan bagi yang ingin bervolunteer ya untuk secara sukarela untuk bergabung di program ini, silahkan mengkontak WVO yang sekarang sementara ada di Jakarta. Oke, silahkan dari kota-kota lainnya juga boleh kontak WVO untuk mengetahui lebih lanjut ya tentang program ini. Oke, Zach. And then the second question actually about making relationship with business owner, I mean the restaurant, cafe, or hotels, is I consider to be the first and most important part in this mission actually.
True.
So do you have any suggestion for any steps to approach them?
We do. A smile. That's the biggest suggestion.
Ah,
When you go to
that's
meet them, go
world
in with a
language.
smile. And say you would
Yeah,
like to meet
smile.
them. Yeah, so that's step one, and it's the biggest step actually. Just a good smile, going with nice energy, going with enthusiasm, and then not convince. We're not there to convince them that they should be vegan. We're there to let them know that by offering a vegan menu and vegan options, they're opening up their business to many other people and to many other clients and customers. And so that, and to do that with a smile, then they know, okay, we're not being confrontational about their restaurant's habits or anything else like that. So again, that's the key part of it. So we're not there to convert them to making their restaurant 100% vegan. Would we love that? Of course, but that's not why we're there. So
Yeah.
we, yes. So a smile. Yes.
Yeah. So also, if I'm the business owner, if of course they are considering about the business and
Yes.
about the profit and everything
Yes.
like that. So we can maybe explain about okay how they can approach some new marketing
Yes.
group,
Exactly.
customer group, that
Yes.
maybe they haven't approached all
Oh
this
yeah.
long,
Definitely.
and yeah, yeah, and
Definitely.
of course it will bring them more revenue for the business and
Mhm.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not just that like vegans that are going to walk in. A lot of times people will have a friend or a cousin or somebody that's a vegan, and they're like, oh, every time we go out, how are they going to eat? Well, this way they'll be like, oh, well, we can go here. They can also eat, and then it slowly starts opening up, and then for for the restaurant owner as well, they're like, okay, there's all these other marketing like happycloud.net and local socials
Hmm.
and social medias and all these other marketing avenues that are free,
Yeah, yeah,
open up
free.
that open up to them, and for them to make their restaurant vegan, there's no additional cost. Again, most of
Yeah.
the dishes can be made vegan just with the ingredients that are in there, what they already have in their kitchen, and the only
Mhm.
additional cost is printing out a few menus, which, as we know, is very, very,
A
very
very small
economical.
investment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a small investment, and all of a sudden they open themselves up to all these different avenues, from walk-in customers to regular customers that now can bring their vegan friends and family members to. I mean, we can go down the list. So that's the approach for
Hmm.
them, is to show that this will be in their benefit. That they this is something that otherwise this is a whole client base that they haven't been reaching out to yet, that they can at no additional cost. So from a business owner's point of view, that's great.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's for the business owners how we approach them, and then uh, talking about the marketing and social media that we can help them to
Mhm.
do that. So it is one of the most important aspect in nowadays socialization or marketing program, as
Mhm.
we know. So what do you think of some idea to cooperate with some local public figures or influencers around their local area? What do you think?
Oh, I think that's great. And I mean, there's vegan
Mhm.
influencers that would be more than happy if they know that certain restaurants are going vegan friendly. A matter of fact, a lot of vegan influencers and bloggers and stuff like that blog from themselves going, because everybody likes foodie photos. So they are going out to a restaurant like, oh, I just tried this great thing at this vegan restaurant or at this restaurant. Well, so these bloggers also, and everybody knows who's kind of the vegan bloggers in your area. And they could also then go to these restaurants and try. So I think for vegan bloggers and what have you, and influencers like that would be great. And again, most vegan influencers will be very happy to go report on restaurants starting to offer vegan menus and options. Even if you go now on the internet, you can scour over and it will say, well, this restaurant, all these accidentally vegan items that restaurants have. So to actually have a restaurant go to the way to make something and even calling it vegan, I know vegan influencers, that's another great way that restaurants and business owners can use as a advertising avenue.
Yeah. Okay. So, Zach, our time is up. It is 6 already here.
Okay.
So, once again, thank you for your time to fill the virtual vegan festival of Indonesia right now. And then we hope all the best for WVO Vegan Sister City program. And we are looking ahead for the progress and all the ease to make our members become having more options to have vegan foods, here in Indonesia and also there and also around the world. Okay, so Zach, anything you want to say for the last?
If anybody has any questions, again, please do contact us. We're here to help. So please contact us at the World Vegan Organization, and we're here to help and every step of the way through the Vegan Sister City program. So thank you very much, Vincent. Terima kasih banyak.
Thank you. Thank you. See you again, Mr. Zach.
See you next time I'm in Jakarta.
Bye.
Okay.
See you. Yeah, for sure. Bye.
Bye.
Oke, ya. Itu tadi Mr. Zach Lovas sebagai Secretary General of WVO dan juga sebagai founder dari Fake Voyages, dan WVO baru saja merilis Vegan Sister City Program. Oke, baiklah. Sampai di situ tadi perjumpaan kita, dan selanjutnya akan ada closing remarks yang akan dibawakan oleh Head of WVO DKI Jakarta, Bapak Rudi. Baik, apakah Bapak Rudi sudah siap? Oke, kita masih menunggu kehadiran Bapak Rudi. Oke, kalau begitu silakan saya kembalikan.
Selamat sore semuanya, salam sejahtera dan sehat selalu untuk kita semua. Apa kabar saudara-saudari sekalian? Serangkaian acara Internasional Indonesia Vegan Festival selama 2 hari ini pada tanggal 19 dan 20 September 2020 yang diselenggarakan secara virtual. Berbagai acara telah diselenggarakan melalui art performance, screening movie, mini vegan food exhibition, cooking demo, presentation, talk show, IVSI charity contribution, perkenalan sekolah vegan pertama di Indonesia. Sebuah kebanggaan, IVS bekerja sama dengan Lembaga Kesehatan PBMU, merupakan organisasi keagamaan tertua dan terbesar di Indonesia. Sekali lagi, Vegan Festival 2020 diselenggarakan oleh IVS VSI yang didukung oleh WVO, Inla Maitreya Wira School, senantiasa memberikan informasi, edukasi, penyuluhan, dan sosialisasi secara aktual dalam perkembangan veganisme dari berbagai aspek kesehatan, etika, lingkungan hidup, gaya hidup berbasis nabati. Dalam rangka gerakan masyarakat hidup sehat Germas, merupakan program kerjasama antara IVS dan VSI dengan Kementerian Kesehatan. Merupakan sebuah pengalaman baru dari penyelenggaraan tahun ini. Di situasi dan kondisi pandemi COVID-19 ini, penyelenggara tetap mengikuti protokol kesehatan yang ditetapkan oleh pemerintah DKI Jakarta. Panitia memanfaatkan bantuan IT dalam penyelenggaraan kali ini, mempertemukan IVS dan VSI dengan masyarakat Indonesia dan internasional di dunia maya. Ini merupakan adaptasi kebiasaan baru. Niscaya ke depan IVS dan VSI tetap memanfaatkan IT pada setiap penyelenggaraan ke depan. Kami pengurus panitia bersama masyarakat selalu memanjatkan doa kepada Tuhan Yang Maha Kuasa. Semoga pandemik COVID-19 ini akan segera berlalu, sehingga penyelenggaraan pada tahun depan dapat diselenggarakan secara offline di venue yang ditentukan oleh IPS dan dikombinasikan secara online. Pada kesempatan terakhir kami sebagai pengurus dan panitia mengucapkan terima kasih kepada WVO, INLA, Sekolah Vegan Maitreya Wira School, Fortunate Cafe, restoran dan rumah makan vegan dan vegetarian yang tidak bisa kami sebutkan satu persatu, para speaker, para host, para pengurus LKPBMU, para panitia, operator online, para graphic designer, bagian pelayanan, bagian konsumsi, bagian keamanan. Sekali lagi terima kasih kami sampaikan kepada saudara dan saudari sekalian atas dukungan dan partisipasi secara langsung dan tidak langsung masyarakat di acara Vegan Festival tahun ini. Sampai jumpa pada Vegan Festival tahun mendatang. Stay safe, keep healthy, stay positive, go vegan.